took my Western Humanities class. The first thing my professor showed me was a bunch of Chinese people batting cats over the head and taking them to a restaurant where they can serve them up.
I think they're more likely to serve up the dogs than they are cats.
They got the cats. That was the fun. I mean, you might be right, and I don't know. I've never been out there. But that was the first thing he showed us as a class in Western Humanities was Asian people collecting cats in a bag, bringing them to a restaurant, and bopping them over the head so they can cook them.
Well, the thing is, though, when you say Asian people...
I meant Chinese people.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Because there's a lot of different Asians.
Right. Right, there is. But specifically Chinese people.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them.
There is. There's a lot of them. They're everywhere. I think about when I was home. When I went back to California, we'll start when I was in Las Vegas. We'll start there. And my cab driver was Asian, and I got into the cab, and I don't look at the cab drivers. I kind of just grab my bags, and I'm kind of, I look down and look at my phone, and I have things to take care of because, flights are so long and whatnot. And the car is abruptly stopping for no reason all of the time. And there's a blinker on, and the blinker keeps switching. And I'm like, what kind of traffic is going on around me right now to where this driver has to keep, doing this? And I look up, and I shit you not, there was a Chinese cab driver. And I'm like, you have to be kidding me. This is legal? Chinese cab drivers, Asian cab drivers, that's a thing. That happens.
They are some of the worst drivers in the world.
And on top of that, he charged me $30 to go 2 miles.
Really?
While he was making these abrupt stops throughout Las Vegas. I'm like, do I really have to pay? I paid for it because you have to, but I mean, I didn't give him much of a tip. I always tip because it's the nice thing to do, and I honestly don't think he meant to do it, to drive the way he did.
Last restaurant I was thrown out of, I didn't leave a tip.
Uber drivers. Have you ever had an Uber driver?
Only one.
I have only had one, and it was probably the best experience of my life, which was a $30 cab driver with the Asian the night before, and it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I had a flight that was delayed 6.5 hours, so I was a little irritable, and I didn't let anybody show it, I just kind of keep that kind of stuff bottled up inside.
Problems. I don't seem to ever have those problems with international flights.
I expect delays. Delays don't bug me. Even a 6.5 hour delay didn't bug me, but my flight was supposed to be at 5. And so you can imagine by the time that I got to my destination, it was late, and I was very tired. And I did not want that. I did not want an Asian driving me around Las Vegas, stopping and braking. I'm just tired, and I want to get to my room, and that's all I want to do. And, but the Uber driver, the next day, I was like, screw it. So I call, because I was at a resort, so I call the front desk, and I go, hey, do you guys have a shuttle? Because I don't want to take a cab again. This is ridiculous. And she goes, no, but have you tried Uber drivers? They're really big out in Las Vegas. And I go, no, I haven't, but I guess I will try one. And they're great, because they show you where your driver's at on a map. Their ETA. They show you what they look like, what kind of car they're driving. And they come pick you up. And I tried to tip her. She was wonderful. I tried to tip her $20. And she's like, no, we can't take tips.
You tried to tip her $20 for how big of a ride?
For only 3 miles, because she got me there, and she got me there in 5 minutes, where the night before it was ridiculously long.
Let me stop you. Why do you look at that experience as remarkable?
Because not only was that it was different from a cab. The reason why it was remarkable to me was because it's uncomfortable getting to a car with a stranger. Is that not, that can't be uncommon. Are you uncomfortable getting into a car with a stranger at any given point?
No.
I usually am. I don't like talking to people, unless I have something to talk about, or unless I have business to attend to with a stranger. I usually don't like talking to strangers. Not huge on it. Because what am I going to talk about? I don't know people. So what am I going to talk about? So I have to get in the car with the cab drivers, and even
I suggest that the next time you do that you discuss the one-eyed Jew.
I could. But it's the same reason when I go get my hair done, I don't talk to my hairstylist. I'm like, I don't know, you just do what you're told. Can dye my hair. Like, get ready, cut my hair. I don't have anything to chat about that you would find interesting. Or I don't think people think I have anything interesting to say. So I have no reason to chat with them, and that's always been kind of a mindset of mine since I was young. So she gets in the car.
9/11. I like to bring up 9/11 in the barbershop.
Oh God, that cannot work out well for you.
Well, sometimes there was a time where I didn't bring it up, but they had some guy in the chair that wanted me to bring it up for some reason.
Blue Curacao,
he tried to take a swing
liquid
at me.
ice, Sprite, and Absolute.
He seemed to be so upset by what I was saying.
And see, I can't handle people taking swings at me. I like my face when angry Jew.
I'm used to it, though. I'm used to it because it seems like that occurs quite often. But I also, I typically mind fuck these people.
I will if I'm in the right crowd my own. But when I'm by myself, I just don't talk to people. If I'm with friends or somewhere where I feel like, hey, if shit goes sour, at least someone will know what happened. Then...
I'll give you an example of mindfuck. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This goes back about 8 years. I was in the sauna at a resort in Thailand. It was my gym, but it was a resort. And one of the guys in the sauna who I had been there, I had frequently talked with, he was originally from Russia, but he was Norwegian. He was from Norway. And a younger guy, he was about 20 years younger than I was, and he was also a boxer. And he didn't like something, or didn't like my attitude, or I think he said something to me, and I think I might have looked up from my newspaper and said, oh, it was as if I asked for your opinion. Well, he said that he wanted to punch me in the face. Okay?
Yeah.
We're all on the same page here. He wanted to punch me in the face.
Yeah.
And I guess it was a threat. So I looked up from my paper and I said to him, I said, well, let me explain how this will work. I'm 27 years older than you are, but you're in better shape than I am, and you're a boxer. So let's just assume that you're going to punch me in the face, and probably you'll be able to do it. I said, but here's what you ought to think about. You are a concert pianist. You play piano professionally. At some point, I'm going to break all your fingers.
Right.
And I didn't say anything else.
See, I've been threatened.
I looked at him, and I looked up from my newspaper, and I said, it's not that you're going to know when it's going to happen. It may not even be me that does it. But every one of your fingers on your hands are going to be broken, and you'll never play the piano again. All because you wanted to punch me in the face. So I'll let you think about it and let me know what you come up with.
What did he say? Obviously he didn't end up punching you in the face.
He looked at me and he said, "You're mafia." And I didn't respond, and I went back to reading my newspaper.
And see, you being threatened and me being threatened, well, I guess we probably handle it. I don't explain myself. See, where, I guess, when I end up in an awkward situation, I guess, a threatening situation.
That's an awkward situation, but not for me. I'm used to it.
Well, see, I just get quiet, and I leave my sentences and my statements to few words, and I look people dead in the eye, and all you have to say is one or two things, which, are very strongly worded, and I leave it at that, and I let everything else kind of just happen around it. But I don't like that. Still for me, even though it doesn't show in those situations, it does cause me a great deal of anxiety. I am just this short, I should say average height, blonde woman, walk around, and I just kind of do what I do, and, I don't mean anybody, so, but I do say things from time to time, a lot of times, which people would kind of find offensive, but that's why I don't just go talking out in public to people I don't know, because I know that things I say can be misconstrued, or that not everyone will like them, and if those threats, which they have, I've had guys sit there and tell me they're going to, same thing as you, they're going to punch me in my face. One road rage incident in particular, which I was like mind blown by. And I sit there and I don't shy away. I don't go running. I stand there and I say one or two words or a sentence or a short sentence that is very strongly worded, and I just stand there and stare them in the eye, and all of a sudden...
You're very big on a strongly worded sentence. You have to learn to troll people in real life.
I don't want to control people. People want to walk around being a dick.
Not control people. Troll people.
Oh, troll people. I can do that too, but where is it worth it?
Oh, I'll give you a great example that happened to me 2 nights ago. 3 nights ago, I had a guy who decided, while I was going down this one street on my bike route, that he was in a hurry, and I was in his way. But the street was kind of torn up, so I was being careful where I was riding, so I didn't end up on my face on the street. So he was being an asshole, honking and whatever. But he lived only 2 blocks from where he did this, so I followed him home.
Right.
When I got his address, and I looked him up, I doxed him, so to speak. And I saw him the next night. He was just getting in from work. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do or say, but I rode by the guy's house as he was getting out of his car. And then I thought, as I went by him, he had a corner house, and he had these tall trees or bushes that were about 8-12 feet that were all on like an L shape on 2 sides of the house.
Right.
But as you go past the driveway was open, of course. So as I'm going past the driveway, he sees me, but he doesn't know who I am. But I said in a loud enough voice, as if I was on the phone, this is what I said. Yeah, he gets home at the same time every night. Just about now. Right. Guy with the white car. Right. Corner house. No, that's exactly right. No, you got the house. He gets home about every night about this time. Now, by the time I'm saying this, I had already gone past the driveway, so he's seen me, but now he's hearing me, but not seeing me.
Right.
And I'm having this conversation with nobody, but I'm saying that, oh, no, he's always about the same time of night, yeah. White car, and I gave the license plate, because I remember the license plate. Now, I ask you, what do you think that guy was thinking about all night long?
I don't know. That you know his every move?
No.
You know what I'd be thinking about? If that were me, if I did something and you said something and you knew, I'd be scared.
Yeah.
But see, that's me. Do you know why I would be scared? It's because I am so capable, and I